Welcome. You're listening to Wi-Fi, where we don't just connect what we know, but marvel at who made it all. I'm Keith Whitley, and today we are going to talk about how Mars stands in our skies as a small, red reminder that God's artistry is not limited to the blue and green of Earth. It is a harsh world, cold and thin-aired, and yet ordered with breathtaking precision, as if the Creator has placed a second classroom beside our own planet to teach us how worlds are born, shaped, and judged over time. Scientifically, Mars is a world of extremes that make it uniquely valuable for study. Its rusty surface comes from iron oxide dust that turns the entire planet red, a constant signal that the chemistry of a world can be read like a story written in stone. The planet holds Olympus Mons, the largest known volcano in the solar system, rising nearly 3 times higher than Everest and spreading hundreds of kilometers across, a frozen monument to ancient fire buried under ages of silence. Nearby, Valles Marineris cuts across a quarter of the planet like a scar thousands of kilometers long and deeper than the Grand Canyon, revealing layer upon layer of Martian history in its cliffs. Its polar caps of water ice and frozen carbon dioxide, its planet-wide dust storms that can wrap the globe for weeks, and its days, sols, that are only about 40 minutes longer than an Earth day, all show us a world that is alien yet strangely familiar. Mars helps Earth not by sending us warmth or shelter, but by serving as a mirror and a warning. In its rocks and dried riverbeds, we see evidence that water once flowed across its surface, carving channels, filling lakes, and perhaps feeding a northern ocean, before the climate thinned and the planet grew cold and nearly airless. That story of lost seas and fading atmosphere is a lesson in planetary stewardship. If a once wet world can turn desolate, then the balance that sustains Earth's climate, oceans, and breathable air is more fragile than we like to admit. Scientists have even traced subtle links between the long rhythms of Earth's orbit and Mars's orbit, and deep changes in Earth's ocean circulation and past warming patterns, showing that our planet does not live in isolation, but in a choreographed dance of gravity with its neighbors. Each rover that crawls across Martian soil, Curiosity, Perseverance, and others sends back data that sharpen our understanding of geology, climate, and the possibilities and limits of life, knowledge we then apply to protect our own home. For a believer, Mars is more than a cold rock. It is part of the tapestry of God's heavens that declare His glory even in their silence. On this distant world, sunrises and sunsets glow blue instead of orange because fine red dust scatters the light in a way that lets the blue come through, an inverted sky that testifies that the same physical laws God spoke over Earth also govern other realms in creative, surprising ways. The very harshness of Mars, its thin air, its bitter cold, its storms that can enshroud a planet reminds us that Earth's habitability is not our right, but God's gift. When we see polar caps of water ice and dry ice stacked in layers, when we measure gravity only a little more than 1/3 of Earth's, when we notice that a Martian day is almost but not quite like ours, we are watching a divine variation on a theme, a world similar enough to be studied, different enough to humble us. Mars stands as a carefully tuned instrument in the solar system's orchestra, scientifically rich, spiritually evocative, beckoning us to study it with microscopes and with worship, so that in understanding this neighboring world, we might better cherish our own and better honor the one who made them both. And now you know the truth. That's today's signal on Wi-Fi, a world blazing with wonder, written by the hand of a creator connecting all things. And never forget, as we explore the how through science, let faith keep reminding us why. I'm Keith Whitley, and now you know the truth.